When I touched down at Temeri, it was a good feeling, girl. It was good. It feels good to be home.
Being home, it's actually peace of mind as well. I came in time for my son's birthday. He was worried for the past 3 months about me being away from him and about his safety and so on. And it was not easy for him mentally.
On Saturday, there were sighs of relief for 38-year-old John Ramsing, a cricket journalist, and Nicole Griffith, a human resource manager of one of the local radio stations, when their flight landed at the Chetty Jagan International Airport with 137 passengers. Ramsing and Griffith are among some 300 stranded Guyanese who were granted approval for controlled re-entry into Guyana by the National COVID-19 Task Force. An emotional Griffith, during an exclusive interview with Nightly News on Tuesday, narrated that she was stranded in the United States of America for 80 days after she left in mid-February for vacation.
And was scheduled to come back home 1 hour, 25 minutes after the closure of the airport in Guyana. Yes, so I missed it by the skin of my teeth. In terms of challenges, what challenges I would have met, one of my biggest challenge was, the thought that I am unable to move as I please.
Griffith, who is hypertensive, said that the unexpected length of time spent in the United States of America resulted in her becoming cash-strapped and in urgent need of medication.
Pressure medication. So that was stressful for me and worrisome, because the thing is that with a chronic sickness like that, sometimes it can affect you without you even realizing what is happening. And in the United States, you cannot just walk in to a hospital and receive attention. You can't just walk up to a pharmacist and say, oh, I need my medication for my hypertension.
She later received the comforting news that approval has been given for her and others to return home. In a desperate attempt to be assured tickets, she packed her bags and left Maryland, where she was, and headed to Miami in order to book the flight. Meanwhile, Ramsing, who was on a visit to South Africa as a media manager for the West Indies Over-50s Cricket World Cup in March, was stuck after the tournament was cut short due to the closure of the airports.
All right, but I was the only person in the entire team that was stuck. Everybody else managed to get home in time before their respective countries actually shut their borders to other persons. But what happened, some countries, including Canada and our neighboring countries in the Caribbean, they actually facilitated their residents, their citizens.
He also expressed challenges with having adequate liquid cash to cover the time spent in South Africa. Nonetheless, he said he's thankful for the opportunity to return, even though he opined it could have been a lot sooner.
While I'm thankful for the flight that got us in on Saturday, I think that it should have been much earlier, because what happened as soon as COVID-19 actually hit Guyana, we were caught by surprise. CDC, WHO, and everybody else in the world, PAHO included, they made some really good observations, suggestions, and they put in some good guidelines. So a few days after the outbreak in Guyana, Guyana was in a much better position in terms of preparation to stop the spread. Education is a big part of it. So while we were there waiting for time, there was no need for such, because we were practicing social distancing, sanitation, hygiene, and everything.
Part of the protocols for repatriated nationals includes a mandatory 7-day home quarantine, during which the Surveillance Department of the Public Health Ministry will remain in contact with the citizens to ensure compliance with health guidelines. On May 18, 7 days after Guyana recorded its first COVID-19 case, both the Chetty Jagan International Airport at Temeri and the Eugene F. Corai International Airport were closed to all international flights for 14 days. The stipulated time was extended as the number of cases accelerated. Temika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.